ENL102. You're my 102 students. Welcome to week 6. All right, last week was a lot of fun, right? You are turning in your persuasion essays. At this point, it is Sunday night, and I am getting them in. I am super excited to read them all. I just went through all of your discussion posts, and I think you guys did a great job. So we talked about how do we successfully argue with somebody else, or have we ever been in an argument and then we get to the outside of it and you're like, well, I could have handled that differently. And I really feel like there's nothing worse than when you're trying to argue with somebody and you're trying to prove a point and then you realize halfway through that you misunderstood something. And depending on how prideful you are, you either stop and go, you know what, I totally misunderstood, or you're like, well, I'm too far into it now, so I'm just going to keep going. So I really enjoyed reading your discussion posts and your comments, and you guys did a really good job, and I'm very happy that you guys did that. There were some really interesting comments in there, and I think you guys were very respectful if you disagreed. I am very grateful for that. So this week, in week 6, I cannot believe that we are in week 6. Like 3 weeks, including this week, until spring break. Yay! So this week, we are talking about literary criticisms, and right now, at this very moment, at the time of filming this, I have a mini lecture on literary theory / literary criticism / literary lenses uploading to YouTube. So fingers crossed that it uploads quickly, because sometimes my connection's like, you wanted that now? The best I can do is 4 days. So fingers crossed that it uploads quickly. I will also be including a link to a YouTube video, not by me, but by somebody else who I thought did a really, really good job, and I was like, why reinvent the wheel? On the deconstructionist theory, and I mentioned this also in my other video, that this particular YouTuber has videos for each literary theory. So if you need some more help and you need like a visual that he can do better than I can, because this is what I have to work with. He has like a whiteboard and stuff, and he talks about it. He has one for all the different literary theories. Also this week, we're finally getting into our literature, and we are reading fairy tales. I'm super excited. So for your discussion post this week, you are to choose one of the fairy tales from this week and apply one of the literary theories you have learned about. So that's part 1. So that's the first part. And then part 2. And you don't have to do separate posts for this. You can just say part 1 and answer that question, and then part 2 and answer that prompt there. Part 2 is, why is it necessary to apply literary theories to things we read? Can more than one theory apply to a work? And I kind of spoiled this in my video because I forgot what the discussion post prompt was this week. So there you go. So when you're responding to your classmates, discuss if you're agreeing with their application to part 1. Okay? And I look forward to seeing this. I look forward to you putting this into practice, because literary theory is going to be the basis of your research paper, and I'm excited to finally be getting into the literature. And I saw that one of my colleagues used fairy tales to do stuff in their English 102 class, and I thought, I love it. Let's do it. So I'm so excited. We are finally getting into the literature. If I could sit and talk about literature all day, I would be a very, very happy girl. I also have an MLA citation video uploading. Actually, I think it has already uploaded to the YouTube channel. I will post the link for that. It's just kind of a reminder. As 102 students, I think you guys already understand how to cite things, like in-text citation, and to do your works cited page. But if you need a refresher, it's there. Okay, so extra credit from last week. Yes, Arizona's birthday is This is Valentine's Day, and it was established as a state in 1912. I always put this extra credit option in there because I want to know that you're watching these videos. I know they're not particularly entertaining. They're not very well done because I'm working with what I have. But I feel like there's some information in there that you all can use. So I want to make sure that you are watching them and watching them in their entirety so that you're not missing anything for the week. And that you guys also know that I am always here. It is really hard in an asynchronous class like this where we don't get to meet face to face ever. So I want you to know that if you need anything, I'm always here to help you because that's what I'm here for. So, 4 or 5 extra credit points this week. Why do I do this? Why do I put extra credit in here for you guys? Email me and tell me. I want you all to have a great week. Have fun with the literature. I am looking forward to what you are going to say about some of these fairy tales that we're reading. And just remember, I'm always right here.